From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, September the 30th, 2016. Former Israeli Prime Minister, Foreign Minister, and President Shimon Peres was laid to rest today, Friday, on Mount Herzl in Jerusalem. Peres was buried in the Leaders of the Nation section of the Mount Herzl Military Cemetery between former Prime Ministers Yitzhak Rabin and Yitzhak Shamir. Some 5,000 people gathered to mourn the elder statesman. Eulogies were given by Israeli President Reuven Rivlin, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Knesset Speaker Yuli Edelstein, former U.S. President Bill Clinton, author Amos Oz, Peres' three children, Dr. Tzvia Walden, Yoni and Chemi Peres, and lastly by U.S. President Barack Obama, who called Peres one of the giants of the 20th century.
He knew better than the cynic that if you look out over the arc of history, human beings should be filled not with fear, but with hope.
The president concluded his remarks in Hebrew.
Shimon, toda rabba, chaver, yakar.
Thank you, dear friend. Former President Clinton also eulogized Peres.
Shimon actually could imagine all the people living in the world today. He imagined all the things the rest of us could do. He lived 93 years in a state of constant wonder over the unbelievable potential of all the rest of us to rise above our wounds, our resentments, our fears, to make the most of today and claim the promise of tomorrow.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu noted that he and Peres were at time political rivals. However, they had over time become close friends. And he recalled how he first met Peres at the funeral of his own brother, Yoni Netanyahu, who was killed leading the daring rescue at Entebbe. Netanyahu said, "Shimon, my friend, you said that one of the few times you shed a tear was when you heard the tragic news of the death of my brother Yoni in Entebbe. You cried then, Shimon, and today I weep for you. I loved you. We all love you. Be at peace, Shimon, dear friend, great leader. We will cherish your memory in the heart of our nation, and I can confidently say, in the heart of all nations." And at the funeral today, Netanyahu shook hands with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas and told the PA leader that it had been a long time. Netanyahu said to Abbas of his attendance, "It's something that I appreciate very much on behalf of our people and on behalf of us." And looking now at some other news, a Palestinian man was arrested this afternoon at a checkpoint in the West Bank after he is said to have approached the military vehicle of an IDF colonel with a knife. Soldiers were able to overtake the man without lethal force or injury, and he was taken for questioning. And with the Jewish New Year fast upon us, Jewish organization American Communities Helping Israel, or ACHI, has a new initiative to show support for Israel. It comes with a simple message: think Israel, buy Israeli. ACHI has introduced the kli, which in Hebrew means dish. It refers to any dish or bowl dedicated in homes across America to be filled and refilled with Israeli products. A reminder to keep the connection with Israel alive and to promote and support Israeli products, especially in the face of efforts by the BDS, Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions movement against Israel. The kli is a permanent fixture, not just for the high holidays, but all year long. And once again this year, JBS will broadcast live high holiday services from Central Synagogue in New York City for those unable to attend synagogue in person. Services begin Rosh Hashanah Eve, Sunday, October the 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern, and on Rosh Hashanah Day, Monday, October the 3rd, services will begin at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, as well as on Tuesday, October the 4th at 9:30. More information can be found, as always, on our website, jbstv.org. And looking now at our programming for tonight, On JBS, live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from Central Synagogue. At 8, philosopher and author Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz speaks from the 92nd Street Y. And at 9, a film on the existence of radical Islam in America. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, Rabbi Shlomo Riskin shares his thoughts on this week's Torah portion. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, September the 30th, 2016. I'm Teisha Bader. I will be back with the news update on Tuesday. Wishing you and yours a happy, healthy, and sweet new year. Shana Tova.